suspending to the federal. Dylan Gates 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 suspending to the federal.
Alabama State.
Cal. I'm making a playoff this year, bro.
No, you played good week one. I mean, week one.
All right, y'all. We live. We live. What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
What they do?
Yo.
What they
What
do?
up? What up?
We
We
here, man.
we rolling, right?
We rolling. We rolling, man. I'm gonna give a
All
quick
right, man.
introduction,
Live,
man. Episode two.
live from
Uh,
live. Oh, go ahead.
episode two. We have Alabama head coach Stephen that was here with us. Missouri head coach Travis Gerald. We have joining back with us. Head commissioner, Oregon head coach. Uh, season one national champion with us. And then we also
Thank
have
you.
Penn State head coach Rich Santana Jr. joining us today, man. Happy y'all guys can join. You heard me? Let's get it started. So, Nitty.
Appreciate that invite. Appreciate the invite, man. Of course, appreciate can't do this without you. We live here, man. Game of the week for Washington at Texas, a rematch of college football playoffs. I think it's fair that we'll start there and we'll probably jump around here. Um, Not sure if you guys were able to check out the game, but Washington did win by 32 points, 70 to 40 something. Um, just a complete domination. I believe the running backs had a combined 600 yards, man. Just to keep it going across the scores, we had week zero. I want to combine week zero, week one. We had Penn State TCU kickoff. Penn State got rolling a little late in that game. We'll talk about that. As TCU held on, we had Alabama Oregon week one, which was a good one. Oregon pulled that out. We had Georgia Miami, which was a slugfest, as well as Clemson Missouri week zero. All you guys games, man. Just kicking off. You guys, anybody want to jump in and tell us about your first game, man? What you could have did different? Just give us a recap of your game. Anybody want to kick it off?
I'll go ahead.
Come on.
Yeah, man. It's like Trey said, we lost 50-39. Um, I feel like the game was close up until the fourth quarter, where we started to pull away and capitalize on my mistakes. Um, we did have a deep ball that just hit my player in the back of the shoulder pads in the second quarter that could have made it 17-7. I feel like it would have put a lot more pressure on Oregon if we would have converted that touchdown. But all in all, you can't just dwell on one mistake. Um, I mentioned this in my recap before, but when it comes down to crucial possessions and converting third down conversions, we got to get those. And we went 5 for 12 on third down. If we would have got a little bit more of those and then didn't have a dumb interceptions in the third quarter, it probably could have been a little different. So
Yeah.
we just gonna take the good with the bad and go into LSU next week, try to get a dub.
And just to follow up quickly on that, looking forward to LSU and the rest of the season. You mentioned ball security as well as completing third downs. Are those the only two emphases that you have moving forward? Going through a tough SEC schedule, going to LSU again next week. Early, or is that something that we're looking forward to for Alabama the rest of the year? Ball security and efficiency.
Yeah, I'm gonna say ball security and efficiency. However, from a week to week basis, we might get exposed here, might get exposed there, might realize strengths later on that we don't think we have right now. But yeah, those are the main two things that we want to focus on because out of all the losses we took last year, they were about 5 points or less. So that's what we focus on the low. I feel like I got the best defense in the country, best DB core for sure. So we're not really worried about people throwing the ball. We just got to stop the run and convert and take care of the ball.
For sure, and ball security in those one score games is important. Next up, we got the $1 million man, Ahmad Hardy in the Missouri Tigers, week zero game. Former Clemson coach going back home. I'm not sure if the schedule guys did that on purpose or not, but he started week zero in a familiar territory, and Clemson came out with a win. Man, tell us something about week zero, man, and what you're looking forward to going into the rest of the season.
I mean, My game was pretty fun. It was pretty tough to go back into Death Valley for the first time. But I mean, we pulled up the win 35-21. I thought it was pretty big to have quarterback Chris Denson, the Clemson transfer, come in and do what he had to do. Did pretty decent passing. But I think between him and obviously Ahmad Hardy running for over 200 yards together with a few touchdowns, I think really made the difference. And even our defense got a lot better. I think that our portal acquisitions definitely were the big keys for us, especially on the defensive line, to create some kind of pressure. And then we have a returning safety who did make a big hit late in the game to kind of ice it. But I think if we continue to play that way going forward, especially for our next matchup against Ohio State, I think we should be in pretty good shape.
Yeah, and I like for you to have some games people that aren't going to expect you to be in the Pac-12. I can see you repeating it again with the Pac-12 championship appearance as long as you keep riding that $1 million man. And we'll get back to that Missouri Tigers offense. We have a team who played 2 games. One of the only teams who played 2 games so far. Penn State coach Rich Santana came out a little tough against TCU. TCU pretty sticky in that man coverage on defense, but he did bounce back against Nebraska with the transfer quarterback as well. So how Penn State looking after 2 games, and what's the key to Penn State making some noise out there in the Big Ten?
First of all, thanks for having me. Yeah, you mentioned that we got off to a slow start against TCU. Got some speed in the portal, but as a user myself, I don't think I was aggressive enough early. I'd say protected the ball. I think he made one mistake, probably. But yeah, man, you gotta trust my eyes. Hesitations, pocket collapsing, and that clock in your head kind of speeds up. But more repetition, hopefully, it will work on that. You mentioned we played Nebraska today against computer.
For sure.
Computer, but one of the things I didn't do last year was play computer. I probably should have. You know what I mean? Just repetition in, but maybe
Yeah.
there's a chance in our conference. And I don't know whose cash app I got to hit, but my final 6 games on the road. Someone slide me, you know what I mean? But no, it's all good. It's all good. There's competition. That's what's gonna get me better. What?
For sure. 6 games to end the season on the road. Maybe next season you'll get a little love. I know a lot of those games are locked, and some of those are probably conference games. But it could have been an oversight for sure. But we are excited to see what Penn State has. I know their offensive coordinator is one of the most creative in the league. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see the rematch against UCLA. I know that was mentioned beforehand, as well as I'm excited to see the real. I don't know Happy Valley or Death Valley or whatever it is. I'm ready to see it rocking with the all white man. So I got my eyes on Penn State, of course. I believe we play later on this year. And
in Oregon.
On to the runner-up. Mr. Wiggle and Giggle himself was in a dogfight at home against Miami. Ended up winning 14-6, only 2 touchdowns scored. Some say that could be patch related. Some could say that could be new quarterback related. Who knows? But how Georgia looking, man, after a week 1 game against Miami, and what's the key to Georgia? Getting back to where they were.
Man, so I mean, we got basically like sort of a new offense, and I'm excited, to have these guys. But yeah, I mean, week 1, I do know the patch came about, but I don't think that it really affected me, honestly. But like I said, man, I got a new quarterback. I wanted to get him out there, try to get him comfortable. Like I said, it's early in the season, so I don't want to be dealing with, QB problems, going into like week 10, so definitely, try to get, change up the game a bit or whatnot. But yeah, it was different. I mean, I don't have Gunnar Stockton anymore, and then the guy I have now from Hawaii, he's a left-handed quarterback. So it's a little bit of adjustment, but we gonna get it resolved, before we keep moving forward.
Yeah, man, tough SEC schedule, man.
Absolutely.
Tough SEC schedule. A lot of teams over there are not really slinging the ball around the field. We'll see if Georgia could be the anomaly over there. So we'll go ahead and open it up as an open forum. We had two big upsets in week one. Shout out to Maryland getting their first usual win in the league,
Yeah,
dating
shout
back
out
to
to
even
Maryland.
last year. Shout out to Iowa upsetting another ranked team in Oklahoma. Man, I'm excited for those guys. I thought we were gonna lose Maryland. Not gonna lie. But excited for those two guys to get their first win. Um, just to open forum, any guys on you guys' schedule that you may overlook that could beat you guys, or any guys that you guys looking forward to on your schedule? I know Penn State has UCLA, Alabama has, LSU, as well as Georgia has LSU that I think they're looking for. Any games you got circled on your schedule as you get an early look ahead for anybody in here?
One game for sure I got circled. Well, of course, the Texas A&M, Georgia, top users in the league, consistent users. I always got to bring my A game no matter what. But one game I got circled, Penn State. That
Mm,
loss we took last year knocked me out of the playoffs, so we feel like we owe him one, man.
mm,
Me.
interesting. Interesting. With both of you guys in here, that might have to be game of the week. Shots fired early. He says that one circle. You got any bulletin board material for Penn State? Anything you want to give him right now?
Nah, not really, man. We looking to shut down the pass, force easy to run. I haven't really scouted or watched any of his film yet, so
You
we don't
good?
know what to expect. All I know is we're gonna come in with a vengeance and try to get that one over quick.
Any response to that out there in Penn State, or anybody else you looking at? Not really focused on Alabama later on in the season.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not in a position to overlook anybody. If anything, we hope to be the team that gets overlooked. But as far as circling the game, I would say the UCLA. Our performance last year against UCLA was just not up to our standard. So as far as
I
Alabama,
respect that.
man, he's mad at the wrong
Hey,
person. We ain't even play. So
yeah, no, for sure. For sure. Well, what we got out there in Missouri, man? Pac-12. I'm sorry. Yeah, Pac-12 championship game last year. Anybody you looking for this year? Maybe Washington. I know you and Washington had some good fights last year. Anybody else on your schedule?
I mean, I got an early one, not really necessarily circle, but it has been a long time since I played the Colorado coach. And we got Colorado in week 5. And we're going to Boulder. So I think that should be pretty interesting. Definitely should be a good game for sure.
I'm also when I saw that one on the schedule, I figured that would be a good one. Colorado's pass happy, Missouri is run happy. And I figured that one would be a close one. I think the spread will probably be open up at Missouri -3 if I had to guess. And then we got Georgia, who has an interesting week 4 game, but I won't speak on that. Georgia, I know you're looking for some get back against a couple teams that you feel like you shouldn't have lost to, as well as Oregon in national championship. You get a chance to, slay Goliath, being David. Any games you looking forward to, on that
Um,
SEC schedule?
I mean, you just named them, man. I know Alabama's gonna be a great game. Oregon, I think you may see like similar results. I don't know if it'll be high scoring how it was, but I think that'll be another great game. I see Ole Miss on my schedule this year. That's probably one game I can't lose. I definitely
Uh,
won't lose to Coach Shangun. So if anyone is like really circled, that'll be that one. But other than that, man, I just want to win on out and go to the playoffs like last year.
for sure. Yeah, man, can't lose that Ole Miss game. I think
Nah,
I,
you
I
can't.
scheduled that one on purpose as
Nah.
well. And like I said, we gonna jump around a little bit. I'm not sure if we've spoken on before. But I know we just mentioned Chris Denson coming out to Missouri. I believe Mr. Ryan Baker's out of Penn State now. Um, Alabama, I believe, got some guys in the portal. I know Georgia did. Any portal additions that you guys are your favorite portal addition from the offseason, or anybody that you want to shine light on, to put the world on notice right now? Anybody in your roster that we may not be aware of?
Uh, I got a few good
Uh,
players, but none specifically I touch on.
Yeah, I mean
um,
you can't really bring in talent better than what you already had. So we'll hear from the other guys who
no,
don't
that's a
have.
fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, 99. Oh, you already have a Ferrari. Don't mean nothing when you buy a Honda. So anybody else?
I'm happy to bring in Ashton Stamps. I forgot what school he was at last year, but he was at LSU, transferred somewhere else. We got us a good press corner to play in the slot to go along with our two on the outside. Um, and then our incoming freshman, star development, Speedy Noel. He put up 100 yards against Oregon. That's one player we look to get the ball a lot to, as Ryan Williams is a senior. So we got to make sure he develop right so he can be our number one next year.
Interesting. You putting your stock in I believe in an under 6 foot receiver. He did ball out week 1, and Asher Stamps coming away from the West Coast and Arizona State to get back to the SEC is a pretty good move. Missouri, I know, like I said, we got Chris Denson out there at quarterback. I believe you posted that you were having a quarterback competition. Who's your favorite portal addition, and is that competition over with you starting in week 1-0?
I mean, as of right now, I think that the quarterback competition is over. I was definitely, I mean, if you want to talk about the portal edition of Chris Denson is probably the most important one. I felt that the quarterback that I used last year was definitely somebody that was a little bit mobile, but just missing too many easy throws. And I think that's what we saw coming into camp, doing a little bit of labbing. And then when we got Denson, I think it added a dynamic that I have not been able to have for the last few copies of the game. Which is a true mobile quarterback. It definitely brings another, type of element to the game, especially somebody that used to love playing, NCAA 14 and just spamming triple options all the time. It's definitely something that can be used at some point that I didn't get a chance to really do. So it definitely brings a different dynamic for sure down in Missouri.
Yeah, with all the man coverage going on around here, it's pretty vital to have, or it's a good advantage to have a mobile quarterback. Speaking of mobile quarterbacks, bringing in one from Virginia Tech, I believe it is Mr. Baker, who oddly enough has 22 on, so we're not going to get on that. But any other additions or any thoughts on your quarterback situation out there? I know Rocco, coming from Florida and Iowa State, didn't have the season he wanted, but moving into a new quarterback room. Any light you can shed on the additions that are out there in Penn State?
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned we brought in Bryce Baker. He actually got hurt against Computer, and our other transfer quarterback, Heisel, came in, threw 4 touchdowns, so that was kind of surprising. But for all the speed that we added, my favorite prospect is probably Dorian Thomas. I mean, I showed you a couple clips. Through 2 games, 13 receptions, 4 touchdowns, so I kind of want to put the spotlight on him.
Okay. Legit weapon out there, man. Legit weapon. I hope he's dressed accordingly as well. And you will see him on your top plays, man. So I'm just gonna open up the floor, man. A lot of stuff going on in the league through the first few weeks. Anything that we need to speak on? Anything that you guys want to get off their chest, or anything that they saw, that could be alarming or concerning or needs to be spoken upon?
I think the loss that Texas just took to Washington. Washington did go undefeated last year. He made the playoffs as well, but I think that loss might be foreshadowing of what's to come for Texas. I don't think Texas is going to have the season he had last year, and this might have just been the start of what's going to happen.
Yeah, I could see that. I thought one of those teams would take a step back, really depending on who won that game. I got Texas probably losing 4 or 5 games this year. Just taking a step back to what the user expectations was. What anybody else got thoughts on? I know Washington. I know Penn State. You were the first to play Washington last year. Again with that man coverage. Again with the gimmicks and things. Any thoughts on that Washington Texas game? Like I said, Washington won by plus 30. Or any thoughts on anything else in the league that's currently going on?
Yeah, I actually tuned into that game in the second quarter. All I saw was, I believe his name is Clark, the redshirt freshman running back. And every time he looked up, he was seeing the hole, bouncing it out. It was untouched.
I almost thought he didn't get
and
that.
he has,
Yeah.
right. And he has Quad Carr on his team, but yeah, kind of making you forget about Jordan Washington. But yeah, that was an impressive performance on the ground.
Yeah, paying Colin Simmons all that money, man. Somebody got to make a play, goddamn it. Somebody got to show up, man. Colin, got the bag that forego the NFL and nasty. What What you think, George? You know, Texas gave you a game last year. You excited
Yeah.
to see Texas get mollywopped around? You know, Arch still got Arch. You know, still got a
Um,
couple weapons out there.
it's
What you
definitely
got going?
surprising, man. And I'm not a guy who normally go and look at games, but I might have to go see what Washington did because I wasn't expecting that outcome. Not saying that I was, saying Washington gonna lose or whatnot, but I just wasn't
Mhm.
expecting the score to be like that. I definitely got to see what happened, man. It's crazy.
Absolutely, absolutely. I want to speak on another game that just recently went final. And I'm not sure this who the schedule maker is, but he's dealing absolute fire. Colorado wins, beats Ohio State by 3 points. Another game that ended as the clock expired. Ohio State, man. I just want to speak on Ohio State. There is two other Big Ten users in here. Um, I'm just gonna say one word, and I'll let anybody else bring it up. Ohio State. I'm just gonna say fired, and then we'll just roll from there. Losing in Colorado. Anybody interested in that Ohio State job? Anybody want to tip their hat a little early? Because I feel like it's gonna be open, man. It's nasty out here.
I've been hearing rumors for sure. So
This Penn State might be open too, so I can't really. Yeah,
I want to say it ain't safe over here either, bro. You know what
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey
Okay, all
man,
right. Well, we
high
ain't gonna
expectations over here too.
saying?
we all right. Well, we ain't gonna kick a brother White down, man.
It's hot
We
everywhere.
also yeah. Speaking of hot seats, Michigan just took another loss to Clemson. I think they're starting off on one. He may be the first coach to be fired prior to the offseason. It's just rough, man. It's just rough.
yeah,
Whew.
yeah.
Let's see. Indiana losing a game to a team that went 1-12 last year. I want to sit here for a minute because I caught the
Yeah.
beginning of that game. And I personally called the coach and I told him that these are one of the games that you can't lose. You lose one of these games out here, you'll lose interest in the league fast. Not only did he lose, I believe he lost by 7 in overtime. So,
Yeah.
um, any words for Indiana or Oklahoma who lost to a unranked Iowa team, man? We've all been in those positions, but any encouraging words for those guys?
Um,
Uh,
Anybody?
no, you can
oh,
you can
No.
go, Steve. You can go, Steve. You got it.
all right. I was about to say I got something to say to Tyler, bro. The Tyler Collins, head coach of Indiana. I'm gonna just give you a big fat F for that L, bro. Cause it's like when you play against top users, you play a better game. And when you play against users that you feel like you should beat, you end up taking an L, bro. And I don't respect that, bro. So it's like my problem with you is the consistency. Play the same way you play against top users that you play against other guys. Because I mean, no disrespect, you don't have the leverage to be doing that, bro. I can't do that either. I can't overlook LSU or these other guys. So I mean, you better than that, bro. You should never took that L. Hopefully this don't dictate your season and you just go ahead and get the dubs that you're supposed to. And
Yeah,
I
then
like
Oklahoma.
I
tough
agree.
love.
Oh,
I agree with that.
yeah.
Definitely.
Tough love. Tough love. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, man. I
Um,
hold it to a certain expectation, bro.
Encouraging words, tell him to get his shit together, basically.
Yeah,
Basically, yeah.
and just really, man, I
Yeah.
watched that game, and he could have finished that in the fourth quarter. I don't know
mm,
if he was nervous or what was going on, but he could have finished that game, and he didn't. So, but yeah, I agree with Steven said, man. I expect more from Coach Collins, you know.
yeah, he plays to the level of his competition. I believe he always has. Two teams I failed to mention from week one. They played pretty quickly. Virginia Tech, Texas A&M.
Oh
Two
yeah.
playoff teams. Two playoff teams. Virginia Tech came out early, struggling, but they did go up 14-2 and then didn't score. Texas A&M ran off 27 in a row. We'll throw it to the SEC schools first. Are you guys scared of Texas A&M, or what's the vibes of Texas A&M when you see it, when you get to Texas A&M week? Are you nervous? Are you excited? Where's Texas A&M? Where's the hierarchy in the SEC right now as far as Texas A&M, Alabama, Georgia, LSU? What's going on out there? Give us some insight on the SEC from your perspective, y'all perspective.
Um, from my perspective, man, I mean, facing Texas A&M, I mean, he has a great team, right? We're not gonna overlook that, but um, you just gotta play the game and finish it, man. Because that second time I played him uh, in the playoffs, I guess the SEC championship.
Uh-huh.
He like got a kick return and like a strip touchdown. It was crazy, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, at that point I just wanted to get up out of there, man. You know, yeah, it was
Yeah, so
crazy.
so so you respect Texas A&M as an equal, or are you big bro right now, or
I'm big
what's the
bro for
vibe when you
sure.
see?
I'm,
Okay, that's what I
yeah,
was
yeah,
looking for.
yeah. I'm definitely the big bro. And even this year, I think I go to Texas A&M. I'm looking to win that game as well. You know, we already kind of preparing for it, so
Mm,
yeah, it's
okay.
it's, it's good.
And Alabama, same question for you, man. I don't know if he beat you. I believe he got you last year, but what's the
Yeah,
vibe when you see Texas A&M? Are you worried? Is that something you got circled, or is it just respect, or is that big bro, or what's going on with Texas A&M?
It's definitely respect to Texas A&M. Always been a good user. I look at him as kind of like an equal. He did have control of the game most of the game when we played last season. I ended up
Hmm.
trying to make a little run, end up losing by 5, but I definitely look at him as an equal. Um, when I see Texas A&M, I get excited, bro. I haven't beaten them in a while, so I
Mm.
get excited knowing that I get opportunity to beat him, and I actually feel like I can beat him when we match up. I just gotta play honest, play solid football. I do feel like he's riding the wave from last year, win them 3 chips. It's a whole new game. Definitely can't overlook him, but I don't think he's where he was last year. So I definitely have an opportunity to beat him every time we match up.
For sure, for sure. Like I said, I'm excited for the SEC smoke. Not that you guys have any chance against Oregon, but it's pretty cute to see you guys fight it out until you get to Bowser. Um,
Oh, I will say
LSU and
one thing.
UCLA. Uh-huh.
Uh, my bad. Before you go into the next topic,
No, go
I will
ahead.
say one thing. Even though we got one against Georgia last year in a meaningless game, uh, I will say it's Georgia as the top of the SEC, and then everybody else right now. So he earned that title to be top dog. Everybody chasing him to try to, you know, knock this man off his
Hmm.
horse,
One
knock this man
second,
off
one
his
second.
throne, bro.
Yeah. Everybody's in here has experienced Stephen Edwards in their own way. I think me and Rich the longest. He's never been this humble, y'all. So I think he's actually terrified. He said he respected Texas A&M. He said he hadn't beat him in a while. This is all new to me. This is I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's a
Rich,
fact.
you can speak on it. I
That's a
ain't
fact.
never.
No, that's a fact.
I'm trying to see if that's him behind them glasses, y'all, because I ain't, so maybe
Bro, we
somebody else
haven't won
beats
in a
us.
while, bro. Like I haven't won in a long time, so I've been getting punched in the mouth.
I think you
I
put it
can't really
best as
say
one.
too
The church
much.
was good. Church was good.
Church did look good on that boy. We had UCLA, LSU, which was game of the week last week. UCLA, they did end up disconnecting, but UCLA did end up winning by 7. Um, LSU was a team that I had to take a jump up. But like I said, it came out flat against UCLA. Are you guys got any smoke out there for LSU, man? Any worry for LSU? I know that roster's stacked. Brought in Bryce
yeah.
to I don't know to play with Sam or to back up Sam or whatever, but still a stacked roster. Would you guys be surprised if you lost to LSU again?
Yeah, I'm not
I'm
losing to LSU.
yeah,
I
I
got
can't lose
LSU
to
next
LSU.
week. I like me minus 14. I'm not losing to that guy. I shouldn't have lost to him last season.
Minus
And we
14.
definitely got a statement to prove against this guy right here.
Yeah, same man.
Mm.
It's not happening. Like I said, he do have a stack roster, and I mean, it might be the same with Georgia, man. But with some of these schools, like I'm gonna just say LSU and like Texas, some of these dudes just need to go to the league or like graduate, man, get on out of here, bro, because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And like I say, people might look at Georgia and some of my players and be like, yeah, they gotta go. But yeah, the roster is
you
clear.
know,
These dudes, man, yeah, they gotta go. I think
when
when
you
these certain players leave, might be a little different story, man.
when
There's
you get
four
seven
members
over
of
the
the Silver
top.
Spoon Club in the SEC. I just want to point that out. There's
True.
four of them.
true.
And the top two are the top two of the SEC. So even
And only one of
in the top
them,
four.
only one of them got 7 out of the top 10 recruits last season as well. So they say the rich get richer. We'll leave that unspoken on.
Yeah.
You two guys, Missouri and Penn State. I know it's early, only week 1. What we looking like on the recruiting trail? Any interest for some big name guys, or you trying to stay in the middle and go and get who you can, or you shooting at the big fish? What's the recruiting strategy for you two guys, man?
Rich,
I'll
do you want
start
to
on first. Yeah, I'll take. For me personally, last year I might have shot a little too high for 5-star recruits. I think this year I'm gonna try to stay in the middle. I mean, we got to 20 recruits last year. Try to get 25, 28 maybe this season. And yeah, the recruiting of 3-stars is a little different for me because
Mm-hmm.
with the NIL, this is my first year with NIL. That's another thing that I learned from season 1 is what I
Absolutely.
was spending was not what I should have been spending. Probably, you know what I mean? Seeing what everyone else got. But
Oh God.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, recruiting. We like where we're at. I don't want to point any names out there, but we like where we're at right now.
For sure. What's up going on out in the Pac-12, Missouri, and recruiting?
I mean, in terms of recruiting, I think we did a pretty decent job last year of staying in
Mhm.
that 2 and 3-star range. We did have a lot of 3-stars that committed to us, but primarily this year, looking at linebackers and in the trenches, especially on defensive line, it's something that we're starting to shoot up for. Maybe throwing out a couple offers at a few 4-stars, especially at D tackle and at linebacker. But other than that, there's been a few players that still sticking in that 3-star range. Not really as much NIL to like no NIL, especially because NIL is very dry right now at Missouri. So
I
we're
wonder
just trying
why.
to make sure we're just trying to make sure that we can afford people that we want coming in. But that's definitely, I would say, defensive tackle and linebacker are the 2 spots where we're hitting the recruiting trail pretty hard.
Yeah, and you two big spinners out there in the SEC. I don't really have too many recruiting questions, or I really don't care about what your process is. But I'm assuming you're spinning it because you have it. You can just shake your head yes, or you can
Spin that shit.
elaborate on that if you would like. Yeah, no, matter of fact, Georgia, I wanna talk to you, Georgia, because not only did you have 25 recruits and 9 of them were 5-stars and the rest were 4-stars, you didn't take anybody under a 4-star. You went heavy in the portal. Some say that greed is a sin. I'm not sure who you pray to if you pray at all, but gluttony is a sin. Do you have any remorse for taking guys that probably won't see the field at Georgia, or for just being rude and disrespectful?
I'm gonna be honest. I probably took a few players that won't really see the field.
Mhm.
Some safeties I seen, but I seen Alabama going after him. Man. I was right. I know he in the SEC. I know I got to go against him, and I mean his roster. He got a talent over there as well. So when it came to that, yeah. But other than that, man, I definitely want to get Georgia to flow like how I want them to flow. So like I
Mhm.
said, I know you might look at the roster. Oh man, this dude got a 99 team. He want this guy, but nah, I'm really trying to
Mhm.
build something. I'm not trying to be greedy. But I mean, everybody gonna have their own opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, absolutely. In Alabama, how did your I think believe you may have had the biggest bank out of everybody. How did that work out for you last year, the portal, and what is it looking like? Is it similar to this year?
um, as far as recruiting high school, I mean, we had some players that we feel like should have committed that were taken away from us. But I mean, my strategy was simple. I got the biggest bag, so I'm gonna spend the most. Did I overpay for some guys? Probably, but you know what I'm saying? If I got it, I'm gonna spend it. As far as the transfer portal, we made a couple splashes. Like I said, we got Ashton Stamps. We got 3 running backs that can be in rotation. Any one of them can start any given Saturday. But we didn't really make too much noise in the transfer portal because we were from a 5-star program, so a 4-star program. We're
Mhm.
from ranked to unranked, so a lot of people didn't even want to come to Bama. So we just had to basically fill out our roster at that point.
Yeah, fill out your roster. Didn't do what you quite wanted to in the portal, but when you already have food at the house, you can still cook. So shout out to you guys. I want to move forward to next week's opponent or your next opponent. We'll start with Penn State being at home versus USC, which is a Big Ten game, man. Give me one key to victory. Well, I'm sorry. Let me start here. Have you played USC or Sunny before?
What's the name? I don't believe I.
Sunny, I believe it's Sunny D or something like that. He was in the
I
league
might have.
last year
I might have.
for
I
a
don't.
brief.
I didn't play last year, so I think I played in season 1.
Okay. And I
But
did
for
forget you
me,
didn't play last year. Give me one key to victory against USC and give me a prediction.
I predict. Oh, man, see with this team, it all starts with the turnovers, man. Like every time I'm driving 4 or 5 plays, moving the ball, and then one turnover. And I think Steven mentioned it earlier. You can't dwell on turnovers, and that's one of my problems. Is one turns into 3, it turns into 5. Next thing you know, you're down 3 possessions. You know what I mean? So just maintain the ball, and we got to get better at pass
Yeah,
blocking.
maintaining the ball, keep ball security. I know Sonny's a guy who's pretty loose with the ball at times. Pretty gimmicky as well with quarterback runs and things of that nature. But I like Penn State. Like I said, as long as they take care of the ball, I like Penn State to come on top. Hopefully they come out on top because they got some winnable games after UCLA. Missouri, we'll go to you. You already mentioned the Colorado game that you were excited about. It is on the road. Um, give me one key to victory, man, and give me a prediction. I want to see if anybody's gonna tell me that they may lose.
Well, I even before we go to Colorado, our next game coming up is against Ohio
I'm
State,
sorry, I
which should be
apologize. It
another, which should be
is.
a pretty good matchup. It was a great game last year. I think that the overall talent on the Ohio State side kind of won over towards the end of the game, and I think it could have been a lot closer, especially now that the game's going to be at in Columbia at Missouri.
Hmm.
But I definitely think the Colorado game. Quinn is somebody that I've played like rarely. I used to play him a lot a few years back, but with college football, I haven't gotten to play him much. He's always been a pretty decent user who's gotten the best of me a few times. I think if the keys to winning to that game are still kind of doing the things that we did right against Clemson, but making sure that we don't make any like stupid mistakes, especially late in the game. I think, we've had a habit of, we start to get up a little bit, maybe about like 10, 14 points, and then it takes one mistake and the game flips entirely. I think if we can avoid that against Colorado, I think, even though both teams are right now unranked, I think it could definitely be an upset feeling for sure.
Yeah, no disrespect to Ohio State. I apologize for overlooking you. Travis basically though did say, if the teams are even, it wouldn't be close. For anybody that missed that, Alabama. I know we've spoken about LSU already, but you were just humble a second ago, so I want to know if that's going to remain true. On the road to LSU, you gave me -14. Is that still the case? 10 minutes later.
Yes,
Okay.
-14. It's not gonna be close. And one key to victory: start fast. We played in
Start
Baton Rouge
fast.
last year. That crowd is out of control, bro. So we want to silence them quick, get to the game plan, execute, get up out of there.
For sure, for sure. For some reason though, you know what? I'm not even going to speak on that. I like Alabama. To avenge that, like he said, -14 is something that seems like it's something's focused on. So we'll let that rock right now. In LSU. The game that I'm most interested in myself, is why I held it last. Georgia's on the road in Austin, Texas, man, a team that he had a dogfight with last year. Um, Now you told me you were gonna blow out Miami in secret. You won by 8. You're on the road to Texas. Give me one key to victory. That's not the running game, and then give me a prediction.
Don't turn the ball over. I threw 3 interceptions against Miami, which that's why we didn't generate more points. So if I don't turn over the ball, which shaking up my quarterbacks, I think I'm gonna go with Ryan Puglisi. You know what I'm saying? That boy, I think he ready. So
Mm-mm.
yeah, if I don't turn over the ball, I think I come out in Texas with the dub, man.
So is that a quarterback change after week 1 already? Going to the guy who's been in the program, Ryan Puglisi?
I wouldn't say that. I made some adjustments in the second half, mainly on
Mm-hmm.
defense. Against Miami. So I kind of wanted to, but I said, man, I'm gonna just let this game go, and then I'm gonna bring in Ryan next game and see what he can bring and see how I like him, and what he can bring to the offense.
For sure, for sure. All right, then we'll definitely keep a close eye on that one. Seeing that we'll be in Athens very soon, man. Somebody give me something, man. What's going on? What's going on in the brains of you coaches, man? What we thinking? Give me something.
I mean, there's
Yeah,
definitely
who,
some other matchups that I see for week 2 that could
Uh huh.
take a shape for the league. A game that I'm
Come
looking
on.
forward to watching is a top 10 matchup between Notre Dame and Texas Tech.
Oof.
That's going to be a pretty good game. I think that it's going to shape the playoff. Definitely going to shape the playoff. Because right now I believe Notre Dame is number 6 and Texas Tech is number 10. And if Texas Tech can pull off the upset, I think that it puts them in a good position for the playoff, especially with how they played last year. And Washington and Virginia Tech too is another good game for next week. Definitely two game of the week worthy type of fields for sure.
Well, I see one.
Two teams heavily dependent on their running back, and I do have an update right now out of the Notre Dame TCU game. Currently, right now, TCU's up 7 in the second quarter. Still not a lot of time left, but that is a good game. Texas Tech versus Notre Dame. Two late night users, two running back heavy users. I'm excited for that one as well. You said you had another week 2 game.
Yeah,
I see
Washington and
one.
Virginia Tech.
I
Ooh.
got one.
So you got one? Somebody was
Uh-huh.
cooking with the schedule. That's all I'm gonna say. Washington, Virginia
Is that
Tech.
does that say A&M Oregon? Does that say?
yeah.
It might.
Oh, I do say
Hey,
okay.
schedule going crazy. I mean, I can briefly speak on the A&M Oregon game. It was requested because it didn't go his way at all and remotely even close in the playoffs. I believe that game was over early. He said he wanted a shot and he wanted to come to Oregon. Uh, and that's all it is, man. Just giving people a second chance, like Georgia and Texas A&M, giving them a second chance to basically fail.
Mm,
And
I don't need a second chance.
uh,
mm.
basically, just basically a second chance to fail. If you grew up with older siblings, it's a certain point to where you can't beat your siblings until you get of age or of stature. So you just keep giving your little brothers the chances until they finally grow up to the person you expect them to be. That's all. That's all that is. I'm excited though.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Does
excited.
Vegas have a spread on that game?
Which one? Oregon, Georgia, or Oregon, Texas A&M?
Oregon, Texas A&M.
Based off of
Come on, we want
uh,
in.
we'll open it up now respectfully at 8.5 Oregon.
Okay.
What I would do is I would take out my 401k and put it on that 8.5. Me personally. So you take that how you see. But 8.5 is what Vegas will open it at. You could probably get it at your hood boogie for Oregon -20 for crazy numbers. But do your thing.
All right.
Yeah, Virginia Tech, Washington, man. I didn't want to skip over that, man. Virginia Tech, like I said, they played tough against Texas A&M. Two playoff teams again, Texas A&M, Washington. Washington just beat the dog shit out of Texas. In Virginia Tech, I do want to throw that in there. I think it'll open up at Washington -7. Any thoughts? Anybody got any thoughts on this game? I'll give mine last just because I don't want to seem like I'm hating.
Um,
I definitely think with Virginia Tech, the way that they're building that program, I think Washington's going to be a good test as to how they're going to build their defense going forward, especially having to stop the run game of Washington. Because we know that the Virginia Tech coach, every year has a great offense, and loves to scheme up certain things. But I think that defensively, with the team like Virginia Tech, I think this is going to be something where we can see how their playoff hopes are going to shape as well.
Yeah, Virginia Tech. Having still after this, still having Notre Dame, Miami, a new Florida State coach, and I believe they also have a tough game late in the year. This could be a 0-2 start, could be a deep hole to crawl out of with little error for margin. And I did just get those numbers while we were speaking about Washington. Washington ran the ball for, and this is correct, 39 carries, 604 yards, and 9 touchdowns. That's not a typo. So it'll be interesting to see. Virginia Tech did have a run heavy opponent last week as well. So we'll be able to see what they're gonna do back to back. But yeah, Washington clearly isn't affected by any patches.
Need to spend NIL on like ice baths where they were growing. God, 39 carries.
39 carries is crazy.
39
Yeah.
carries.
I wasn't expecting to hear that, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah. 608 yards, 39 carries. Yeah, man. I almost want to put some rules in place, but what can I do? Niggas suck.
Texas had 70
We
yards too.
yeah. So I'm almost gonna have to go back and watch the stream to see if they were stat padding for a ability game or anything like that. Or something was kind of crazy over there. 1,400 yards offense.
Golly, man, I wasn't expecting that.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting that.
absolutely.
But yeah, well, I hope
Absolutely
Virginia
insane.
Tech. I hope they take notice of what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, he now I believe that's his second 600 performance in the last 2 years. So I think it's pretty safe to say he's run dependent or pretty run heavy. Uh, give me this will be interesting for the SEC because I think the Big Ten's already wrapped up. Who's your SEC winner outside of Georgia? If it's not Georgia, if it's not Alabama, who's gonna win the SEC down there, man?
Uh,
I feel like it comes.
Yeah. You
Oh,
got it.
sorry. My fault, bro. I feel like it come down to two teams.
Mm-hmm.
I know I had a disappointing year last year, but I really feel like it's just Georgia or Bama. I don't see Texas A&M winning it. I don't see nobody else winning it. So I just need to
No
come down to
Texas,
two
no
teams for real.
LSU.
So what?
No Texas, no LSU.
No, they both not gonna make the playoffs this year.
Ooh, okay. Now you got a little ahead of yourself because I was gonna ask, who wasn't gonna make it, but okay. So you got Texas A&M, Georgia. Give me a winner. I need a winner. I asked for a winner.
Oh, I'm gonna just.
The SEC.
I gotta pick
champs?
myself, bro. You know what I'm saying? I like my team. I like my user ability. We could get better, but the way I feel this season, I like me over everybody, especially in the SEC.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Who?
I mean,
If it's not Georgia, the Monstars, who you got, man? Who give me a winner.
oh man, it's really hard to say right now, bro. Like I say, Texas got some talent over there, but if they losing to Washington like that, then that kind of that kind of made me think different about them. So if it's not me,
Absolutely.
I definitely think Alabama got to make a statement this year after missing the playoffs. So I think he kind of got a chip on his shoulder, and he looking to prove a lot of people wrong, right? So yeah, definitely if it's not me, man, it's definitely gonna be probably Georgia versus Alabama in the SEC chip.
Sure. For sure. All right. What else we got? What else we got?
Hey,
I don't have any
what
Heisman
conference
standing.
Oregon in?
You said what's that? We in the Big Ten.
Ma,
Big Ten. It's just we in the Big Ten conference. I feel like I am biased, but it's over. It's
So
already over.
I'm not sure if you covered if you
Wow.
caught pieces of
No disrespect.
the last episode, but a lot of people, man, they were saying Oregon should be in a different conference. It
I
was
didn't see
mixed. It
that.
was mixed.
I
Some
didn't
people
see
were
that.
saying the conference needs to do better. The teams just they need to play more up,
Too sure.
with Ohio State and all this. So some people were saying some teams need to play better, but then some people were like Oregon need to be, playing much better competition, conference wise.
I
Uh,
mean,
So what's your
I
thoughts?
can I can respond to that. I try to put at least two guys in the conference that can make the playoffs. Um, I feel like I did that with UCLA, or I feel like it kind of worked itself out naturally. I did take some guys out of the SEC who I thought that shouldn't have been there, but for the most part, I believe I left the Big Ten the same, with the powerhouses being there. How I combat my schedule, because I would love to play in the SEC. I would love to just have a game to dominate every week, to have to actually sit up in my chair every week instead of playing USC and Michigan and things of that nature. Um, so to combat that, I scheduled 3 SEC games to start my season with, just to prove a point, because I did smack 2 SEC. Well, not, I'll use the word smack relatively, but I did beat 2 SEC teams in the playoffs. So I mean, I don't know if you want me to go to the ACC with Notre Dame and Miami, who I also beat last year, or you want me to go to the Big 12. TCU's in the Big 12.
I
Like,
mean,
if I play TCU, then I'm really gonna be upset. So,
but
like,
I mean,
it's catch 22. Yeah, I mean,
we're gonna take a look at conferences in a minute, and we're gonna see.
yeah, I would honestly love if somebody would give me an idea that could get me in the SEC and replace somebody in the Big Ten, or whatever. I would love the idea, because, like I said, I don't want to have to play Ohio State and Michigan, at the end of the year getting ready for the playoffs. Like I said, I love playing Penn State because the creativeness on offense. You can't never whatever you see is not what you're looking for. And then, you go into UCLA, he's on throw the ball 50 times. You got to be on your toes every time, or it could be a touchdown. So I love those games. I get up for those games. But, Michigan, Ohio State, goddamn, I can't do that. Even the Chiefs got to play, the Raiders twice a year. So, like, yeah, it is what it is. But like I said, I scheduled myself 3 games to start the season in the SEC, just to, quiet the naysayers. And so far I want to know.
Question for Oregon head coach.
Mm.
Do you feel like UCLA has a legit chance to win the Big Ten or make a run in the playoffs?
And y'all honestly think I'm being funny. But I've done it before. I've been in leagues where I've won the first 7 championships. Not saying that 7 is going to be the number this year, but I believe the first 2 have already written. I don't know. I think you guys should start preparing for year 3. Not only am I going to win the Big Ten championship, the national championship won't be a game. Whoever it is on the other side, it won't be a game, because it's pretty limited here. I watch a lot of film, like someone else said, and on top of that, the A game, you got to bring your A game. My B game is some people's A game, so you got to bring your A game. And yeah, I feel like y'all should start playing for like year 3, maybe 4. Really, like, it depends on if my quarterback progresses. Dante gave me another year. Like, it's not fair, honestly, and I feel bad that I took Oregon. But yeah, I could see myself winning the Big Ten, and I could see myself winning the next 14 games as well, and pushing that streak, like I said yesterday, with 29 games in a row.
Jesus, that's crazy.
We don't see that
Yeah,
happening.
That's
But
crazy.
yeah.
until somebody
You
beats
said
this
next
guy,
14?
yeah.
What's that? What'd you say,
You
Rich?
said next 14 in a row?
Yeah, I
Oh, I
think
got you.
I think I
I
played.
got you. We can love.
15?
Rich,
You
Rich,
said
Rich, I
14?
love you. Hey, Rich, I love you, and I really I don't be disrespectful when we play out of respect, because I fuck with you, like, for real. But don't do nothing that's gonna make me, ignore that in Oregon this year. You feel me? So just chill,
God.
because I respect you to the point where I
Hmm.
don't want to do it sometimes. So yeah, just chill. Don't make me do it. Don't make me go there. Okay, thank you.
No, wait, that's in the middle of my 6-game road trip.
Yeah, at the end of the season, you on the road, and then you got to, like, go to Oklahoma. I just checked it, and I'm sorry for that. I didn't catch that, but don't make me, like, start that. I don't want to have to do that.
I got it. Oregon, why are you feeling like so invincible?
Right.
Why am I? You said, and
Great
why am I
question.
invincible?
Why are you feeling so invincible?
Well, one, when you do win a championship, you basically got 3 to 4 weeks where you can say whatever you want to say. So I'm gonna take full advantage of that. It may trend down, but I'm gonna take full advantage of that. A lot of people don't get that feeling, as well as, too, that my weaknesses aren't. I have the smallest weaknesses as far as both sides of the ball. I feel like I'm just the most complete team. The great teams all have a major weakness. When you get certain teams, like, and I'm not throwing shots, but when you get Georgia to 3rd and 8, you got a high chance that you're gonna get off the field. When you get Alabama and Miami to 3rd and 8, it's a high chance you get off the field. Me, it's certain guys, Virginia Tech, Oregon, certain guys that 3rd and 8 is just 2nd and 4 to them. So I feel like my weaknesses are smaller than everybody else's. I only see Texas A&M and Georgia at the top right now. Texas A&M is very limited as far as play calling, very vanilla on defense, and their quarterback won't throw the ball from the pocket. Georgia is shot play or run. He's not going to move the ball a lot, like I told Alabama. To where Georgia's going to score on 3-4 play drives. It's going to be a 60-yard run, a 40-yard run, but it's never going to be a 12-play 78-yard drive over and over and over and over.
You never
So
know.
I think yeah, and like I said, it's not you may do it once or you may do it twice, but it's not going to be like to the point where you got 35 points and I ain't got to stop yet, and you only had 6 possessions, but you taking time off the clock, and I got to score every time. And I know that when I'm playing Georgia, I got 10 more possessions because when he scores, it's gonna be quick. I'm gonna get the ball back, so just keep playing. So that's why I say like I'm not invincible. I have weaknesses that just haven't been exposed yet because I try to keep it balanced. Like in the championship game, I had 21 carries for 76 yards. A lot of niggas giving up on running the ball, but you got to keep it honest, keep it setting it up. So I think that I'm 2 steps ahead as far as scheme wise, not talent wise, controller wise, but scheme wise, it's limited flaws. So yeah, that's why I feel like the next 29 games or the next 14 games are already written. I may slip up once. I did it last year against Washington early in the season. Like you said, I didn't have any film, but I mean, I get through these first 3 games: UCLA, Penn State, Michigan, USC, Ohio State. Most of those games I can play with the controller upside now.
Jesus, man. I hope these dudes paying attention, and I hope they you know, because when most people say this stuff, it puts a target on their back. You know what I'm saying? So I hope they really taking this and like, man, I got to do
And
something about this. You
can
know,
I speak on that? Can I? Because it's no pressure because I've been good at football video games for so long that every game for me is a playoff game because if I lose, a nigga just got nigga the rest of that nigga day is gonna be great.
true,
It's
true.
like
That
it's
shit
like
can
getting
be
a
kind
haircut.
of
It's
hard.
like getting a haircut in 8 in the morning. Like you can't miss the rest of the day. So if you beat me, it makes so every game for me is the same. When I'm down 14 to Steven, it feel like I'm down 14 to Brum. It's the same thing to me. Because a nigga gonna have a great smile. A nigga gonna
Damn.
beat me. Chris Chambers went live before I could get out the highlight screen when he beat me. That's what I'm saying. It make niggas want to pop their head up. So every game for me feel the same. My heart start beating when I'm down 10. Like, what they gonna say on the page? That's a legit thought in my head. Like, I gotta get it together because niggas finna get on the page, and that's when I'm playing with goddamn Arizona State or goddamn the Baltimore Ravens. So I mean, that's just there's no pressure. It can't be pressure because every time I
Okay.
lose. So and some of y'all you feel that some people in here have felt that. Rich has been at the peak, Steven has been at the peak, you are at the peak now. Travis has the show he's good at. Like if I beat Travis at the show, if I would have beat him that one time, he know
I
that
was going
he
to
not gonna
Not,
get no more
not the
shots. And it's gonna
show.
be the
Not
next
the
10
show.
years, I'm gonna talk shit. Like I beat Bill and Bill and never hear the end of it. So, it's that, but it's that every time I pick the controller up.
That's real. That's real. That's real.
Hmm.
All right, man. We're gonna take a look at these slides real quick.
Yeah, man. What you got for
Going
them? What you
around the
got?
nation real quick. There's some games played, some games haven't been played.
Okay. Well, let's give an update real quick. TCU's up in the second half, 14-7. Third quarter with 4 minutes left. So let's close that one. Oh my God. Got it live right here. First where we got people known for turning the ball over at a high clip when they do turn it over, and then we got one heavy, cover 3 heavy for the game. In a slugfest right now. One top 10 matchup. Let's go. It's the Cars. See if they're gonna get in the box. Another guy who may be affected by patches or not. Might be another might be another patch guy. We had guys run for 600 yards. We had guys score 14 points.
Do we feel like the patch really like is gonna mess with some folks that bad though? Like
Definitely. So
see it.
for me, I felt a little in the mud a little bit. When you get, I had to get my space in the RPOs and the focus, so it affected how I felt. I don't know if you got to answer those speed the actual.
What'd you say?
Asking about the effect of the patch had on speed burst. Can you elaborate on it? If you're so good at running the ball.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Some of it was excessive, man. But like I say, for me, man, I think I'm a real natural when it comes down to running. I played running back for majority of my life, so I just know the cutbacks and the moves and everything. So yeah, it was excessive. Like I say, honestly, man, in my opinion, I think they're gonna buff it. I think they're gonna buff it back slightly, you know.
think so too.
But yeah, man. Honestly, I ran the ball against Miami great. I could have kept doing that, but like I say, I do have new additions to my offense, so I want to get other things going as well. You know, I'm
Big stuff.
I know.
yeah, that's a big stop right there.
I do hope they buff it up a little bit. The two running backs of human joystick. I can't even tell. I can't even tell they got human joystick. So I hope they fix it because I didn't for no reason.
Y'all could learn how to throw the ball.
What's that?
I'm gonna be honest. If people, because I've heard this about Georgia, or me being a user, if people don't think I can throw the ball, I mean, I can show them clips, I can show them games in the past where I've thrown it flawlessly. I just you got to make me throw it. That's how I look at it. Oh, there it goes.
Jordan last year, he can't do it when you make him. But yeah.
Who you just said that about, Travis? Say that again for me.
Tony can throw the ball. No, he can throw when you make him.
Oh, you said he can throw the ball. Okay,
Oh, they say he
Yeah,
can't.
he
Come
can.
Hey,
on,
sounds
man. I thought
like
you was
it.
firing shots right now, bro.
10 toes.
Ooh, well, we got a top 25 right here. I don't see Alabama already outside of the top 25. It's tough, man. Where were you last week?
Unranked.
Oh,
We
you
started the
year
season
already.
unranked. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Well, you Alabama, so one win. And you back in the fold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. He can get back into it when everything is updated. But this is the wins and the record is updated. But as far as the moves, nobody has moved yet. We'll see next week.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see where Penn State goes. They had a top 10, I believe, or if not a top 10, close. It was 17 versus 9, I believe, week 1. So shouldn't fall outside the top 25, bouncing back with a 41-7 win. Who else we got in here?
Indiana,
Where's
20, man.
Miami?
I think Indiana goes unranked, right?
Indiana may
that's
fall.
probably that loss will probably go down.
They may fall to they might fall a star. Indiana might lose a whole prestige star. Jesus. Miami 1-1. Interesting to see where they go. They had a Auburn team that they beat. I was surprised about Auburn starting the year ranked 16. But they beat Auburn week 0 and then lost to Georgia by 8. So I figured they'll be somewhere close to where they are. Oklahoma took a bad loss to an Iowa team. LSU starting off on 1. So you're gonna have some movement, man. Ole Miss is probably gonna play Florida State here soon, hopefully. So I actually got Florida State winning that game just because Ole Miss is just. I believe Ole Miss had one of the best rosters, if not the best roster on the game, and
Ole
he
Miss?
turned it into shit. Yeah, to start the game this year.
Oh yeah,
start-
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna
I wish
say,
I
week
was the
2.
Ole Miss team.
Yeah, I almost picked Ole Miss, but they didn't have enough pants. Any surprises? Who's? You mean anybody got a surprise team making the playoffs other than yourself, or if it's not a surprise, I actually just peeped Missouri's schedule. He may take a loss at the end of the year, like to a number like top 3 ranked team, though, so it won't really hurt. But if he can get through these early games, Missouri might sneak into the playoffs. I want to be the first one to say that, so I can say I told you so. Any other surprise teams?
Did Texas Tech make it last year?
Texas Tech.
Made the playoffs?
I think they did.
I thought they did.
I believe they did at one of the late seeds.
Depending on
Ended
what
up
his
losing
roster
to
looks
Louisville.
like, I'm gonna go with a long shot. I'm gonna go with Louisville making the
I was
playoffs.
just about to say that too. I think Louisville
Y'all like
definitely be that
Louisville?
team that can make
Yeah, I
it.
think he's a dark
Okay.
horse for sure.
We
He
didn't.
had great promise last year. Um, I ended up kind of knocking him out the playoffs. He took an L to me, and then somebody else was knocked him out of the playoff run. But I think he's gonna bounce back this year.
We didn't mention Louisville earlier, but they got drubbed. They put up 9 points against Auburn. They're struggling right now without a running back. If I'm not sure if you guys are aware of that, Sam Louisville still having to beat Virginia Tech, Notre Dame, Miami.
True.
Losing an early one, but we'll see how they adapt without Isaac Brown. Like I said, week one, but some interesting teams. Okay, who else? Anybody else? Oh, Heisman watch down there. We got the Heisman watch down there. $800 man. Yeah, $800 man, Jeremiah Smith.
Hmm.
Uh, also Big Bag Arch, um, Malachi and Dante. I'm not really buying any at Malachi stock, man.
Yeah, Malachi, he about to drop out real soon.
Yeah,
He don't put up
his
It
numbers.
was all running backs last
yeah.
year, right?
Yeah, it was Art that too, that as well. So none of these guys would probably be up there, but Arch, I think Arch probably threw a handful of interceptions today too. Dante will be
5.
consistent, but it won't be explosive. So I don't know. Jeremiah is gonna probably be 3-9. So now none of these guys may be up there at the end, to be honest. It's
Um,
nasty.
we do got a message from one of our sources out of Texas
Okay.
A&M. He
Uh-huh.
really wanted me to share this with you, but the head coach of Texas A&M said that Oregon ain't nothing to worry about, and he gonna see you soon. My
Okay.
sources really wanted me to put that out there, so I'm just going ahead and share it.
Oh, that's interesting. I hope, like I said, I told him this 2 days ago. And I'm sure he's listening. I probably won't. So yeah, shout out to your source and shout out to Corey as well, if they're not the same person.
He just
Yeah,
want me to
man.
throw that out there, man.
Yeah. We had the game of the week graphic, but they, like I said, they played earlier today, man. That shit. Yeah, 600 yards, man. We gotta start having pride. Like at some point, why we not recommending somebody got 600 yards rushing? Something got to give. Punt return, come out of punt block. Something. Try everything. Have some pride. 600 yards is crazy.
600 yards is a lot. It's like
Yeah,
39 carries. Like
yeah,
it could have been a lot worse.
yeah. We'll know who's in the Heisman race next week, or hopefully, we'll have an update because
Yeah,
it'll probably be 4 Washington players with
it'll be Washington running
77
back
points.
and 3 linemen.
I
Jesus
think
Christ, bro.
I think Virginia Tech will slow that down a little bit. Washington might have a better team. Virginia Tech got the better user. So I
Yep.
think Virginia Tech will put a stop to that and take the W.
I think he'll definitely scheme it up better. I'll definitely be watching that. He'll probably still rush for one high 150, 160, but Virginia Tech can put together drives to keep that off the field, and he'll negate some of that with just being a better user. So um, I like that. Washington does have a pretty good roster, though. I checked their roster, man. They're pretty good, so that could do some damage as well.
So he was doing all that
Anybody?
crying for no reason.
Oh yeah, you know him, Mr. Potato Head gonna cry. He gonna find something to cry about. He probably gonna cry about the schedule. He gonna find a way to do something about something. So that's really why I didn't want to move him somewhere because I didn't want him to be like I'm picking on him. He already think
Hmm.
Look at these like, oh, that's tough, but I didn't lose to none of these teams.
Who's scheduled
Like,
today?
what's
Oh, that's a standings. Yeah.
that's
For
just the
the SEC.
SEC. I feel
I
like
mean, we
it's
the most
mid. I
even,
don't know.
bro.
I like that's all I'm saying. It's like, yeah, like y'all the closest in talent wise. Y'all not the toughest. I feel like the Big Ten is smack you niggas around.
You could take anybody from the SEC, and they compete for a conference championship in any other conference.
Stop it. You can't. Like I don't know, every time you say that, I tell you you the one that can't do it.
You could take me and put me in the Big Ten. I'm gonna see you in the Big Ten championship.
Bro,
Pac-12
this
All right.
will be in the conference championship. Auburn
Mm,
will be in the Big Ten championship. Texas, LSU. So we definitely got the most talent
all
user
right.
wise from top to bottom. We,
Yep.
Got to get your record early in the season and then beat the people in your conference. Big 12. We ain't even mentioned the Big 12 because that's like JV ball.
literally.
I put it. The niggas in the Big 12 play JV ball. Like y'all ain't scared of nobody over there. Look at that. Texas Tech, TCU. Y'all ain't scared of them.
Indiana's in
Oklahoma.
there. Colorado,
Yeah,
Colorado,
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
yeah.
They're pretty
Oklahoma and
competitive.
Indiana
I
make them
would say.
look. Yeah, they even competitive. Yeah, that's
Oklahoma
like
really
They're
should be at
crazy.
the
competitive. They're
top, bro.
competitive.
Shout out to Vontae with TCU because he definitely gonna do his
Yeah.
thing. But Oklahoma, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what he's doing over there, bro. I really don't.
I think Oklahoma could pull it together because he did it with Michigan, I believe, last year too.
He could, but he hasn't.
Yeah, it's nasty. Big 12 nasty. Big 12 nasty. Yeah, the Pac-12 got a little wreck over there. They just got one nigga that's just glitchy. Uh-oh. Ooh, good tackle. They got one nigga over there that's glitchy in the Pac-12. Oh, that boy said you ain't do nothing with Alabama.
Hmm.
My source said you ain't do nothing with Alabama.
That's true though, but we're gonna put an end to all that talk this season.
Yeah, let's
That
talk
is
about the
true.
bowl.
You know what I'm saying?
That bowl.
7-6, but you know what I'm
And
saying? We're gonna make the
y'all played in
playoffs.
a bowl game too. I was in a bowl game, man. What bowl game was that? Like, what happened? You said you came back at the end of the game and blew it.
Yeah, he was up 35-3. I came all the way back, and I could have scored with like 50 seconds left, but I fell down at the one and didn't score. So I should just punched it in and play defense. But I mean, like I told y'all, bro, I really didn't even want to play my games once I took the Penn State. I'm not saying I didn't want to win, but I ain't care either way. And the
Fuck.
way Saban came out, like I said, he was up 35-3. He wanted to win that game, so we ain't really tripping. Whether we won or lost, we still be right here. I
Well,
don't
man,
think
we
that's
gotta get back
the
ranked first things first. Ooh,
right for sure.
that was a good throw. New quarterback at TCU, 17 to 20 for 222. Real efficient, real efficient. Nobody worried about these two. Nobody mentioned Notre Dame as being a contender. Anybody worried about Notre Dame?
I can still see Notre Dame being a playoff team for sure. It's, I mean, you literally cannot count them out. It's kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like, even when you think they're dead, they're still just gonna, it's like the Undertaker, hand right back up at any point.
Yeah, Kerry always gonna fold. One thing he gonna do is piss you off in the portal. Look at that. Look at that play call. Think Florida State was kicked out too, man. Any give me the conference winners. Who's your five coverage for ACC Big 12? Any predictions as far as winning conferences?
Which conferences we on right now?
Uh, shit. Give me the ACC right now. That's the ACC. Yeah. Who
ACC.
won in the ACC? You got Notre Dame, Virginia Tech, Miami, all three playoff teams. New coach Florida State. Louisville playoff team. They had 14 in the playoffs last year.
Yep.
Give me the conference winner. Give me the worst out of the four.
I could see Notre Dame
I'll say it's
still
about
taking
Tech.
ACC.
Okay, you got Notre Dame, Travis. Rich like Tech. Okay, who in the fourth spot out of those four playoff teams? Miami, Notre Dame, Virginia Tech, and Louisville. Who the worst out of those four? No,
Damn.
people let it be correct.
Well, I will say I got Miami winning the ACC, and
Okay.
Miami.
the worst. I want to say Notre
Mike,
Dame, but it seems better than Louisville. But if we're going off of user, Notre Dame the worst. If we're going off of overall team and all that, then I got to go with Louisville.
I can count on Steven to
Virginia
say
Tech,
exactly what I was
Miami,
looking for.
Notre Dame, Louisville.
Ooh, okay, my boy gave me the order too. And shout out to him. Shout out to Virginia Tech. They got the Penn State relationship right now with soccer coaches. But yeah, shout out to Virginia Tech man for holding it down. He got that boy out the porter from Michigan, big time receiver. Once he figured out his way into that offense, man, I like Virginia Tech the road too. And I think that Louisville by far is the worst out of those four teams. Really, really, yeah, that's all I say. Give me Big 12. Give me the JV league. You got the JV league under? That's the Big 12 right there.
Big 12.
TCU, of course. We got TCU, Texas Tech playoff teams. Colorado did make a bowl game, but they couldn't stop turning the ball over. New user in South Carolina, we're gonna see how he rocking, and then we got Indiana and Oklahoma who are already tripping out the gate, man. Who won it? Who won it? I know you just shot it out one touchdown. By the way, Notre Dame tying it up. I know you like TCU, Steven. Who else y'all got?
Um,
Second place.
I could see TCU Colorado as like the Big 12 championship game. I could see Colorado kind of sneaking
Colorado.
up.
Colorado.
Yeah, I could definitely see it. I could definitely see them sneaking up. Them, you could take Texas Tech too. But I think Colorado would be my pick.
So no faith in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going TCU.
TCU.
I actually like I like Colorado too. I like for some reason. I think consistency. I think Quinn will be the most consistent out there
You know what?
eventually.
I take that back. Give me Oklahoma.
I want to say I think between TCU and Oklahoma, in my opinion.
No, I'm gonna do the portal too. What y'all think gonna happen right here with this TCU Notre Dame game? I got a feeling he's gonna throw a pick. What y'all think? Field goal pick. Uh-oh, it might. Uh-oh, it might be all right. Okay. All right. Well. Oh, you gonna hurt it. How much time left? I can't see that.
40 seconds left.
40 seconds. He got 3 times. Four.
Make them get 7.
Don't snap it, mother. Don't snap it. You gonna let the clock run? Why would he change that? Why would he? No. I bet Bill's holding the ball.
Chill. He scored. Touchdown.
Hey, this is a game where I thought Notre Dame would win this game by 2 scores. I understand. Let's try. TCU might be hurting them, man.
Take a look at Corey picks.
Oh, we got
Week one
predictions.
predictions.
Okay, well,
That was
clearly
from this
Maryland. Maryland, they would have racked up on Maryland. He got a Miami. Who is that? Who Miami played this week? Oh, Georgia. He had Miami beating Georgia by 8. Oh, crazy. Crazy. He a bold
one.
one.
Yeah, he lost by 8.
It's crazy.
He had himself beating Bill by 14. I think he beat him by 15. He has Tennessee beating you. Ooh, Kerry just missed one.
Ooh, almost. Wow.
He got Auburn beating Louisville. He called that one. Texas beating Washington was a miss. A big miss. Oklahoma over Iowa was a miss, of course. Ohio State over Colorado. So what we know is the fade Corey's picks. He did get TCU over Notre Dame though, so but
Did it?
Miami over Georgia is crazy. Why would you think Miami would beat Georgia? On the post. That's all right. You know, Monte has a bad history of giving up Hail Mary, so this game is not over.
And he just lost his man 3 deep.
Yeah, he give up one a game cycle for sure. So
Absolutely, this could be it.
And he got to play zone. But yeah, I don't care. I don't throw that bullshit. Yeah, well, it's a good win. It's a good win at home. That's a good win. 14.
That'll skyrocket them for sure.
Why does he only have 10 carries? He had 1,700 yards and he only got 10 carries. That's going to be a problem. But anyway, that's a good one. Yeah. We got anything else, man? No, this is
After corner picks, we have the next college game day show, which will be.
Yeah, we talked about that big game in Blacksburg too. It's gonna be rocking. It get loud in Blacksburg. People don't know that. I think Blacksburg is ranked like top 12 hardest places to play. So
yep.
I think Washington gonna open up still at like 6.5, maybe 7, 2 playoff teams. Washington having a better roster might win by a touchdown. It might be 7.5, maybe 8.5. 8.5. I like 8.5. Big one over Texas. I like 8.5 Washington. But I'm taking Dusty for Virginia to cover if anybody wants some action, man. We can better recruit or something.
You gotta chill.
Not recruits, but I didn't mean that. It wasn't that easy for Oregon. I struck out last year. I didn't speak about it, but I had racked up in the portal.
That's why we go get all 7, man.
I was desperate. I was getting desperate, so I just went searching for these stars. It ain't easy if it looks. Shout out to Georgia.
99 overall.
Oh, we got. Oh, yeah. I'm about to look.
Got Florida State Old Man.
Find out
What's
your
your
99
prediction?
overall, honey.
I got Florida State by 14.
I think
Florida
I got
State by
double
14.
buys.
What else y'all got? What you got? Rich, Travis.
Yeah, because you play back to
Steven?
back weeks. Yeah.
Florida State Ole Miss. Just got stopped in the red
So
zone.
you pretty much chilling for the next 4 days.
Ole Miss by 7. Ooh, okay.
I'll be back at work.
It's getting juicy.
Oh!
Yes.
Oh! What it is? Today's Sunday, my boy. I go back Wednesday. No!
He put that pressure, like, you know what I'm saying? He make you talk.
Hey, Sunday,
At Auburn.
Sunday, he been decent.
Sunday is decent when he bring his A game, bro, for sure.
He ran that bitch once every 60 days. Yeah, that was crazy. We had got through the whole show without that one of them. Not crazy. Yeah, man. I appreciate you boys coming on, man. I'm gonna go watch this in the party. I gotta hit the competition, man.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having
man.
us.
Appreciate
All right,
y'all.
thanks for
boys.
having
Appreciate y'all having me, man.
Appreciate it, man. That
Looking
was
forward
fun.
to having y'all on the next shows. You know what I'm saying? We'll be in touch, man. Any closing things? Anything any of you guys got to say?
Oregon by 50 in any and every game this year. They expect Oregon to come out and be physical and punch everybody in the mouth. This
Don't
ain't the
sleep on Penn
old
State.
Oregon.
Y'all hear this? This is crazy.
Shit is over.
By the next time we get on here, or next time y'all have this show, Alabama will be ranked. And that's all I gotta say right now.
Absolutely.
Let's just start season 3. Let's just
Alabama
get
going
to season 3. Season 2's over. The show's over.
If anybody wants to contribute to Mizzou's NIL fund for the following recruiting trail, please let us know. We'll put the link in any bio.
Start a GoFundMe, man. I think I might got a few dollars for Missouri.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The GoFundMe for NIL is gonna be tough, but we'll make it through.
Yeah, we make it work.
My dog begging.
But yeah, once again, man, appreciate y'all fellas, man. Y'all enjoy y'all Sunday evening. We might have a Heisman Hopeful podcast tonight. We'll see what we can get together, man. But Heisman Hopeful's out.
Yes, sir.